Conspiracies pick up steam after major weather events. A Metro News station's weather radar attacked this week, going offline briefly. Threats have come from a far-right extremist group called Veterans on Patrol, the same group that pushed for border vigilantes. Its leader, Michael Lewis Arthur Meyer, who has been arrested several times in several states, posting online, "We intend to take as many NextRads offline as possible once our attack simulations have prepared us."
They sort of will grab on to conspiracy theories, and they will make them sound credible to a portion of the population.
Rachel Goldwasser of the Southern Poverty Law Center has been tracking the group for years.
He's become very vehement against the military and its members, and I do think that that could pose a danger in the future as well.
They said Hurricane Helene was caused by government weapons.
The U.S. military plays God with the weather and sent weather weapon Helene into western North Carolina to depopulate and steal land.
That group's eyes now set on extreme weather events, calling weather radars weather weapons.
Yeah, that's impossible.
Sebastian Torres works with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. He says radars are essential to knowing when and where severe weather will hit. We're here at the National Weather Service's Norman location. This is the radar right here. Look at that massive thing. Here, they've got a fence. They've got barbed wire. They've even got this no trespassing sign, because if someone gets over and knocks this out at all, it could be a very serious situation for you and your loved ones.
You don't see it. There's nothing that can do to change things.
Well, they shouldn't believe it.
Dean Robert Palmer at OU is the director of the National Weather Center. Says he takes the threats seriously.
I mean, I've heard about it from our federal partners, and yeah, so we're being careful.
National Weather Service facilities and staff are on alert after recent threats against the agency.
Initial reports say a violent militia-style group is targeting NWS radars as weather weapons. Here's First Alert 4 investigator David Amelani.
One tool in our toolbox.
Herb Simmons with St. Clair County Emergency Management says the Doppler radar data the National Weather Service collects daily is life-saving information covering nearly 4 million people in this region.
Our storms seem to be becoming more frequently. We're seeing a lot more severe storms, and I think one of the reasons why, knock on wood, that we haven't had the loss of lives or any injuries, because I think the National Weather Service has given us the ability to warn people quicker.
CNN is reporting a group called Veterans on Patrol sent threats to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, calling their network of Doppler radars nationwide, quote, weather weapons. The Southern Poverty Law Center calls this group an anti-government militia. According to CNN, one internal email from NOAA says, quote, this group is advocating for anyone and everyone to join them in conducting penetration drills on NextRad sites to identify weaknesses which can be used to ultimately destroy the sites. Simmons says that would be catastrophic for the St. Louis region and entire country.
Without their monitoring, without their prediction, it's going to create problems for these communities when those storms decide to raise their ugly heads.
Since January 1st, more than 550 employees have left the National Weather Service, a 10% drop in staffing leading up to hurricane season, the busiest time of the year. CBS reports the White House plans to cut NOAA by nearly 30%.
Violence.
First Alert 4 asked Missouri Senator Eric Schmidt, who calls St. Louis home, if he thinks this plays a role in these new threats. He says no.
Clearly, that's inexcusable. People are doing their jobs. We rely on those forecasts. I know I have grown up in the St. Louis region, and especially in times of severe weather when people are trying to find safety. And so, yeah, there's no room for that in a civilized society, that's for sure.
The National Weather Service would not speak on camera locally or nationally, citing concerns of amplifying the situation. The agency spokesperson tells us they're working with local and other authorities to monitor this and secure radar.
An anti-government militia group known as Veterans on Patrol is making headlines again, this time for reportedly issuing threats against the U.S. military, claiming Hurricane Helene, a devastating storm that killed over 200 people across several states, was caused by government-controlled weather weapons. The group, led by self-proclaimed Pastor Michael Lewis Arthur Meyer, is accusing the U.S. military of deliberately steering the hurricane to secure lithium mines and build what they call smart cities, according to the Guardian's review of post on the app Telegram. On their Telegram channel, the group called Hurricane Helene an act of war. Earlier in November, the militia posted this. The U.S. military is currently poisoning the skies of western North Carolina after it has already destroyed this area with weather weapon Helene. Followers were polled on how to respond, according to an October 30th post. Options included targeting military equipment, destroying infrastructure, and even detaining military leaders. 72% of 49 respondents supported all three actions. FEMA reportedly modified its hurricane relief efforts in North Carolina due to militia threats, and one man was arrested for terroristic behavior after making threats against FEMA workers in Lake Lure. Veterans on Patrol has a history of alleged vigilante activities, like being accused of destroying migrant water stations in Arizona, to calling homeless encampments human trafficking sites. Meyer himself, who acknowledges he is not actually a veteran, has been arrested multiple times on various charges ranging from trespassing to assault.